What are we doing down here at the movies with film today? Oh, yeah. White Zombie. You like White Zombie? You think it's a good one? Hey, White Zombie, what the heck? You want Zombie. What is Zombie? You know, I know it's a band, and I've been acquainted with the term zombie before, but let's get an actual definition. That's one of the ways to work it. Hey, folks, looking up zombieism. Didn't even know it was belief in or the practice of zombie worship. Something about that word when you say zombie, you got to say it that way. You notice that? Huh? You're like, zombie. What is he? He's a zombie. Okay, I think that's just the way you have to say it. It even says there on the inflection right there, zombie. Okay. Well, White Zombie. Rob Zombie got his name from this. I happen to be a fan of Rob Zombie. I think he is actually a good filmmaker. Living Dead Girl. Eh? You alive? Are you a Living Dead Girl or something like that? Jeez. Oh, White Zombie is made by the Halperin brothers. Two guys, Victor. He went by Victor Hugo Halperin at one time, but I'm glad he dropped that. He's the director of this, and his brother, Edward Halperin, was the producer of this film. Together, they made some, nice films. In the 30s, they made Buried Alive, Torture Ship, Revolt of the Zombies. See, I said a zombie, like that. Supernatural, another one they made. White Zombie is one of the best ones that they ever made. It was written by Garnett Weston, and at the time that this was written, there was some interest in the popular press about zombieism, and this was the time when we were getting involved with thinking about Haiti and Cuba and those places south and east of us down there, that this phenomenon of these walking dead guys. Now, we know that the zombie is going to become quite a popular and important figure in later horror films. As a matter of fact, the 60s really used the zombie quite frequently. Night of the Living Dead, obviously, 1968, really brought the zombie forward. Dawn of the Dead, Day of the Dead. Folky and his film Zombie, and likewise Resident Evil, the video game, likewise dealt with the zombie, and of course Resident Evil as the film right now, which the zombie is sort of an important figure in the Resident Evil film as well, but I think that the structure of the hive is more important than just the zombies themselves. This features one of Bela Lugosi's best acting jobs. He was fresh out of Dracula. He plays a guy named Murder Legendre, who is sort of a zombie master. He makes people do things with his hand like that. And he's got these eyes that glow in the dark. Scary. Gonna be scary. You're gonna have a lot of fun with that, I think. And he falls in love with this woman who just does not seem to acknowledge him at all. Sound familiar? Well, anyway, and he once Madge Bellamy, who was a silent film actress of some report for a while there, and she just won't have nothing to do with him until she becomes zombified. She becomes zombified real well. There's a lot of interesting zombies in here too that walk around and fall off cliffs and things like that. They're dumb guys. Okay, zombies. It's interesting to look at the zombie genre and the way that the zombie is presented in various ways. You can have the zombie who, in this case, is the traditional zombie who is made through magical curses and things like that, who wanders around aimlessly, who seems to not know what they're doing. Cheap labor, in this case. I Walked with the Zombie, the Val Lewton produced film, uses this form of zombie as well. Then later you get into Dawn of the Dead, Night of the Living Dead, Day of the Dead. There the zombie sort of evolves. You also have other forms of zombie, like in Reanimator, quick, fast zombies. Okay, that's the two different kind of forms, the ones that lumbers around and those that sort of are quick and fast. Both work pretty well as I look at it. Another guy who worked on this film, Jack Pierce. Jack Pierce did the makeup for this film. Now, Jack Pierce's name should sort of resonate with you. He's the man who created most of the key special effects for the Universal horror films like Frankenstein, Dracula, Wolfman, etc. And he did the zombie effects in this film. Well, White Zombie. Are you ready for this? You think that you can take it? You think that this is... I don't know. She doesn't... What do you do with the teenagers these days? You know, kind of a walking white zombie here that we have. Well, have fun. The Helperins will give you a good helping of zombieism. Okay, we looked it up in the old dictionary. Enjoy yourself. Email me. Want to hear from you. Maybe your ideas on the zombie. What the zombie is all about. What does it represent? Does it represent us? Does it represent capitalism, imperialism, colonialism? Does it represent nothing? Modern teenagehood? Whatever. I'm interested in your response. Well, enough of that. White zombies on the docket for tonight. Got it all queued up and ready to go, right? Roll 'em, Smokey.